Transnet workers are intensifying their wage protest today, and we've got eNCA's Nqobile Madlala who's following developments around this. Nqobile, there have been a lot of businesses and different industry that have weighed in on this particular strike, saying that it would have dire implications on the economy, but the workers adamant that they deserve more and they're willing to strike until Transnet concedes.
Well, that's right, Rafiwa. Workers have been clear that they do deserve more. You'll remember that when they started with 15%. They've dropped to 13%. I'm told now that they've even dropped to 10%. But they're saying that they do deserve to be acknowledged for the work that they do. But they're worried that this might not be something that might end right now. So most of them are gathered here just waiting to hear just how the CMA will intervene and how they will be affected by the end of the day. But they're joining me here, Rafiwa. So I'm going to ask them, because it's been an early morning, sir, and you've been gathering here. Tell me, as a worker, how does this make you feel?
Well, it's feeling very sad because as we speak, the economy of the country has stopped, if not of the SADC region. So it's painful that the employer failing to be reasonable over this demand of the workers.
And I mean, when you say the employer failed to be reasonable, is it because you're not getting the percentage you want? I mean, the employer also is worried about the money.
Not that exactly what the exactly percentage we want, but the employer must be reasonable too. Because remember, at least we wanted the percentage going to be above the inflation, so that they're going to be able to sustain the cost of living, which is very high. That's all that we pleaded with the employer. It's not like we want an unreasonable thing. Just to be able to be above the inflation, then we'll take that, whatever they're offering. But so far, they're far below to the rate even of the inflation, which is painful.
And I mean, so you also joining in here as a worker. Tell me, what are your concerns about this 10% you have dropped to now?
The biggest worry as workers is that this 10% it's a kind of percentage that we have adjusted to, at least to make an employer to consider as well the concerns of the employees, as well as the cost of the living of the employees, as well as the economy that is revolving around the workers' estate. So now, if the employer will consider this 10%, this at least will be a solution to all of the employees and reach the consensus and get back to a normal working.
And do you hope that the employer takes this 10%?
Actually, that one is a principle. It must be taxed. Each and everything that you earn, it must be taxable. So we are working according to the principle of the economy and the state of the economy.
Thank you very much. Well, Rafiwa, I'm going to show you, sorry, because the workers are here. Let's just have that yard sound. So the workers, as you can see, Rafiwa, they continue to be striking outside the Transnet harbours. But from where we are standing, it's called Transnet Engineering, and this is where most of them would be studying. But we do know that these workers make an amount of around about 21,000 workers have gone on this protest. This includes Tau, and we know it's Fundu. And most of them are just waiting to hear what will be the outcome, really, of that intervention by the CMA. But what I'm hearing from them is that they're concerned about the cost of living, and they are aware, of course, of the impact this will have on many industries. But what they're saying is that they do deserve that at least 10%, which they're saying will be way lower than what they were asking for. But they are hoping that they will then get it so that they can at least continue on and work. But it is, of course, continuing on the ground. They're waiting for their principals to come and address them once they know what will be the outcome. But in the meantime, the trucking industry, Rafiwa, is also going to be having their own meeting, and they're saying that they're concerned because when this is happening, this means that, for example, Rafiwa, a truck driver that drove from Gauteng to KZN to pick up from the harbour will have to stay here in KZN until they get what they're waiting for. Now that might include some cost in terms of where they're going to sleep, in terms of where their trucks will be parked and so on. But we do know that they are also going to be having a meeting because they are concerned about what's currently happening here at the ports.
Nqobile, another concerning component here, you've just spoken about the determination of these striking workers, but Transnet has come out on numerous occasions to indicate that it just does not have the budget to meet the demands of the workers. In fact, 3% is all that it's willing to give. And so one wonders, or have you heard anything from Transnet-related stakeholders about whether they'll be able to budge? We do know that government is struggling with this enormous budgets that they allocate on wages, and of course it has an impact on the economy.
Nami dropped. So I just went with it.
It looks like we've lost Nqobile Madlala there. We will catch up with her as developments around this story continue. Of course, it's not just Nqobile Madlala on that story. We're also watching it from studio, and of course we'll have various analysts to weigh in on the situation in KZN with Transnet.